Turning up like you always do. Head to toe covered in tattoos. Sooner or later you're gonna come loose. What the hell are you gonna do?
What? Yo, it's NotAHeroYT and welcome back to my channel. And I just finished watching the first episode of Wise. And it turned out exactly like I predicted in my bingo book review for the Winter Anime 2019 season. No one knows what's going on. And this, we found out in the anime that you're expected to know the previous anime Handshakers. So, because this is a sequel to that. And if you never watched it, then you're going to be lost like I was. Because I never saw Handshakers. But I do remember skimming it, watching a couple episodes, hearing people talk about it and discuss it. But as far as I know, spoiler alert, is that pretty much this group of people meet each other, they touch hands, which allows them to develop powers based on their psyche, which give them powers called Nimrods, or weapons they can use made out of their personalities. And then they fight with each other to gain a wish from God. But it turns out that through them fighting, and at the end, the team that wins, they go off and to meet God, and the ending is left open-ended, so everyone gets cucked. It's literally, because there's no ending. It's literally dude says just kidding, and that's it. So it's kind of like you felt you wasted 12 episodes. But let's talk about Wise. So the first episode opened up like any normal anime, shows the guy sitting there and just doing nothing, doing his DJ thing, and then it opens up to show the world that Wise takes place in. So Yukiya is the main character, is an average, probably 14-something-year-old boy who goes around listening to house music because that's what he was growing up on. So it turns him into a DJ. But he's trying to decide what type of high school he wants to go to and what music program he wants to join. Then he meets up with his best friend, and essentially what happens is that they go out for dinner. His best friend shows signs that she's in love with him, and then she convinces him to do a live broadcast of his music to get over his hurdles of his confidence. They go to the middle of this heavily crowded street, and then they show us that they can touch each other and apparently make this quiet room where only they are there. One thing I'll really give this show is that it is visually astounding. The visuals in here are amazing. But that's what to expect from Gohans, because if you've seen K, you know that that's what they specialize in, the graphics, because their story department is very, very lacking. So essentially what happens is that they touch each other's hands, and it sends them to this world where they're supposed to fight, but Wise, aka Yukiya, is using it as essentially a DJ booth, because that's where he plays his music, and apparently only handshakers can listen to her and hear his music. So this obviously attracts the notice of other handshakers, and then a battle ensues, and then it's left open-ended because that's how first anime do it. They want us to watch the next episode so that we see their conclusion. That's how they get us in. The first episode is always supposed to be there, just like, hey, this is awesome, they're fighting, this is fighting, or whatever. Just try to get you to come in, and then the next episode is to really sink you. So that's why you always want to give a new anime like a two episode watch. So you first watch the first episode, it's like, okay, let me try this, see what this is about. You watch the second episode, it's like, you usually have a feel for if you're gonna like it or not. So I watched the first episode. I didn't know it was gonna be this battle oriented, but then based on what I saw, I didn't expect it to be like this. I expected it to be like a normal Gohan's project where it's like they do all this build up and then eventually fail at the end. One thing I can say is that I'm not a fan of anime that expect you to watch their previous projects before you watch this one, because how is that supposed to bring in new fans like myself? Like, say, supposing I was a fan, like, now you're requiring me to watch the first 2 seasons of whatever anime you done before I can watch this season. And what if I don't like those seasons? What if those previous seasons spoil this anime for me? Like, I feel like the production companies don't really take that into consideration when deciding to produce new anime. They just look at the money, look at the value, and say, okay, can I put this out as fast as possible? And I don't know, like, as for right now, it was a solid first episode, had a lot of action, and didn't really explain much. It just kind of expected you to figure out what was going on as it went along. And if you knew it, then you were good to go. But if you didn't, it didn't hold your hand at all, which is expected of a Gohan's project. Strike the blood, handshakers. It's kind of par for the course, but I am going to watch the second episode because I have to finish and see what's going on with the first one to see if I really feel if it's going to be something I review. But as I was looking right now, the only thing that's working for it is the graphics, to be honest with you. because the story, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it. But you guys should know how this works by now. It's like I watch the first episode, I watch the show, I review it, tell you guys about it. If you guys want to watch it, go and watch it. But if not, don't. But don't forget to give a comment or share or like, do whatever you want to do. But at the end of the day, I'm not a hero. You are. Bye.
When I was growing up, I had a lot of dreams. My mama told me, son, you could be anything, long as you spread your wings. I know one day you'll be great.